Next stop on the NNSCRA Mello Yellow Racing Series brings us over the hills and dales and turns through mid-Ohio we go. As we're set for racing here today as we're set for 12 laps of racing on this 2.4 mile road course. And this is I think this is stop number 13 on the season, and it's the running of the Ohio Lottery 200 as we're set for 12 laps of racing here today. On the pole for this race here at Mid Ohio, it's Jessica Shelton, the number 17 DeWalt Tools Chevrolet. She's alongside Trent Dunham in car number 18, the MB&A Pontiac. Second row has Laura Chung in number 93, the Amico Ultimate Pontiac. She's alongside number 7. It's Kyle Matthews in the Winn-Dixie Kleenex 4 Pontiac. Kyle, by the way, is one of the 2 Buckeyes in the field here today, trying to get a win here, possibly here at Mid Ohio. Going to row number 3, it's Joshua Osborne, 38, the Great Clips Toyota. Alongside of him is number 3, Cole Deaver in the AC Delco Chevrolet. Going to row number 4, it's Carson Gunman, 26, and number 89, Quentin Moore. Next row is 24, Charles Sanford, and number 48, Jesse Turner. Next row down has number 2, Dylan Young in the AC Delco Chevrolet. He's alongside number 32. It's Derek Edison in the Kleenex Cottonelle Chevrolet alongside. Next row has number 60. It's Levi McIntyre in the Fastenal Ford. He's flanked by number 27. That is Nathan Orman, the Castrol GTX Chevrolet. Next row down has number 00, Seth Cole, and number 8, Rob Evans is alongside. Next row, Muhammad Abdullah in 37, the Timberwolf Pontiac. He's alongside number 36, Igor Barreto in the Stanley Tools Pontiac. Next row, Daniel Bouchard in 74, the Phenolube Chevrolet. He's alongside number 9, Cat Batson in the Gain Ford. Next row down has Keith Batson, number 10, the Nesquik Ford. Keith, of course, the husband of Cat Batson, by the way. He's alongside 34, Al Legacy. Next row has number 4, William Brock, in 77, Stephen Cologne. Next row down has number 66, that's Zachary Fitzwater, the Phillips 66 Trop Arctic Chevrolet. And number 88, it's Allison Rain in the Navy Chevrolet. Next row down has number 15, Brian Brommer, and number 99, Dylan Ibrahimian. Next row down has number 87, Paul Minnick, and beside him, number 44, it's Cole Kawebe. Next row down has number 72, Lucas Martins in the Detroit Gasket Chevrolet, and number 98, that's Dougie Shears, Super Shears, in the Lysol Ford. Next row has number 92, that's Cement Oscon. He's alongside number 62, Zach Winkle. Next row, Jeff Scott in 22, and Kev Shearer in number 5. Next row down has number 63, Connor Breton, and number 45, James Sykes. Starting shotgun field will be number 33, Jacob Thibodeau in the Ream Chevrolet. So the field of 39 cars get ready to go here, and this track can only fit 39, by the way. So Daniel Gatrock, who's the 40th place starter, didn't get his car in the. We're just going to make the excuse he didn't get his car into the grid in time. So
Gentlemen, start your engine!
That should be, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines, because we have a woman on the front row. Anyway, didn't get his car on the front row for this race here today, so thus because he didn't get his car on the grid in time, we'll try to credit him on score 4 and see if we can put him as the 40th place finisher in this race. Pace car moves up on the pit road. Green flag flies. We're underway here at Mid Ohio. Here they come down the straightaway between turns 1 and 2 here at Mid Ohio, and we're about to head through the off-camber turn 2 on this racetrack here. And here's what it looks like as the cars as they go down through the second corner. And that's the way they run through this racetrack here. Onto a bit of a straightaway here at Mid Ohio, and you got a little bit of a kink right here. What's up ahead? But after you get down the straightaway, well, a bunch of grief if your brakes don't work, because it's left and right turns the rest of the flippin' way here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Jessica Shelton leads the field down as they come off turn number, I think that was turn number 5, I think. Turn 6 right here. There's turn 7. And up in the turn number 8 here on this course. Shelton comes off the 8th corner here. And Trent Dunham off the course, as is Kyle Matthews, as they both slide off in the dirt, trying to catch Shelton. And here she comes to a section of the course called the Carousel. Right through this area. It's a very popular viewing area here at Mid-Ohio. You have a pavement change right in the middle of the next to last corner on this course. And there's the final corner right there. Shelton leads the first lap of this race. And the first lap telling that just a little over 96 miles per hour on this race course here in Mid-Ohio. This is probably the first of 3 road courses we're running in the Mello Yello Racing Series. The other 2 being at, well, the Indianapolis road course at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That will be run in conjunction with the Brickyard 400. Actually, it's going to be one of 2 events we're going to run at Indy in conjunction with the Brickyard 400. Now, if somebody asked me to explain why, well, it's darn near simple just about. The Brickyard 400, of course, will be held at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This series will have 2 visits to Indy. One at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, as we mentioned, that will run on the same day as the Brickyard 400. But the day before the Brickyard 400, these cars will be run at Lucas Oil Raceway, formerly known as IRP, the Indy short track. That sits the track that sits as we watch Shelton, and now she dirt roads off the course as well too, coming off that corner. But the short track at Indy, of course, is adjacent to the drag strip at Indianapolis, Indiana, and they'll run on that short track the night before the Brickyard 400. Then they'll run at the Indy road course the next day, and it'll be the first race up, of course, and before the Castrol GTX Cup Series cars will take to the track at the Brickyard. And that video will be up about probably 3 hours after this race. After that race, I should say, the Lucas Oil at the Indy road course. So there's your little explanation on why. The third road course, of course, of the season, of course, will be on at Watkins Glen. They'll be run in the same weekend as the Cup Series cars. So hope it didn't bore you with that explanation, by the way, as we watch Jessica Shelton lead the field here. Trent Dunham is 2nd. 3rd is Laura Chung. Kyle Matthews is running 4th. Cole Deaver is 5th. 6th right now is Joshua Osborne. 7th is Quentin Moore. 8th is Jesse Turner. 9th is Derek Edison. And 10th is Carson Gum in the Dr. Pepper Chevrolet. And you're on board with the 11th place car, Dylan Young, the AC Delco Chevrolet. And I see what we talk about. I see what we talk about after you come off of that long straightaway here between turn 2 and turn 4. It's nothing but twists and turns. And now you see why I say over the hills and dales and turns through Mid-Ohio we go, because you are getting a lot of elevation changes on this track. And there's the in-car camera from Jessica Shelton's view, and as we take a ride with Jess around this racetrack. There's the off-camber turn 2 on this course. And now of course, these cars will be running on a course like this, so there's somebody who would have made a version of this Mid-Ohio course from, let's say, before 1990. They're actually the turn 2. What's turn 2 now actually used to be turn 4. And next time we come by that section of the course, we'll explain why that used to be turn 4. You see 2nd gear on this part of the course right there. There's another left right there. There's another right here, and there's another right-hand corner. See, a lot of cars get off in the dirt here lately on this course. And Jess shows up the 3rd gear just briefly, and now through turn number 2, next turn right there. And then there's the last corner. There's the carousel, down about 55 miles an hour through that area, and then off turn number 12, then off the last corner. Slams into the third gear, about 132 miles an hour into turn number 1, and that's lap around Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Now, there's the section we're talking about right there. Now, you see those two, you see the areas where the orange cone is at? That used to be the inner loop portion of the course here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. That used to be turns 2 and 3, and then right there used to be turn 4 right there. And still, like I said, still the off-camber corner now as it was then, but and I'm sure some of you are probably thinking right now they added an inner loop at Watkins Glen to slow the field down, cars on the backstretch of that course, but then they take the inner loop away at Mid Ohio, so about a couple of years prior to that. So yeah, don't ask me, just ask the track makers why they did that. So we gave you the top 5 of the cars already. There's the top 10 we already gave it to you right there. Dylan Young by trying to get past Carson Gum for position. That's turn number. That's for 11th position. Nathan Orman is running 12th. Charles Sanford is 13th. 14th is Levi McIntyre. He's the other Buckeye to note as Nathan Orman gets off the course. Here comes Charles Sanford to the low side. He gets past Ormond in the number 27 car. Charles in 24. And Charles takes the Pepsi Chevrolet up to 12th position right now as they come as they come to the carousel. Orman's 13th. 14th, as we mentioned, is McIntyre. Ooh, Seth Cole just about got into the tire barrier coming off the last corner. As now he's side by side with Rob Evans. Seth gets a bite coming into turn number 1. Tries to at least. Let's see if he can get by Evans coming off that corner. Evans gets off into the grass. And here comes Seth, and he'll take position away. So move Seth Cole up a spot. That was 15th position. Seth was clocked 16th the last time by, so we go through turn number 2. Cab Essen is 17th. Daniel Bouchard runs 18th, and he gets off the course here. So does Muhammad Abdullah in 20th position. Igor Barreto runs 19th. William Brock is running 21st right now. 22nd is Al Lagacy. 23rd, Keith Batson. 24th is Stephen Colon. Zachary Fitzwater, we figured he'd be a force on the road courses, but he's 25th right now, sadly. Or unfortunate, I should say, for him. And Allison Rain runs in 26th position. 27th right now is Ryan Brommer. Then Dylan Abrahamian in 28th. Dougie Shears 29th. And Paul Minnick in 30th. There's the rest of the field right there coming through that section, of course. Jacob Thibodeau getting a little bit wide right there. And Connor Breton trails the field here in 39th position, unfortunately for him. But right now, so far it's been all Jessica Shelton all the time here at Mid-Ohio as she continues to lead the field. As she started from the pole, as we mentioned, has led every lap so far. Trent Dunham has not been really all that far away from her, though, however. Here he is currently, let's see, and, well, actually, I should say 44th right now is 39th, excuse me, is the 44 Cole Quibby. He had a header failure on his number 44 Slim Jim Chevrolet. But anyway, back to what I was saying about Trent Dunham. Trent is right now 1.7 seconds behind Shelton. She's gaining a little bit every lap, though, as far as opening her lead, but Trent's trying to not let her get too far ahead in this field here. We're 6 laps from the finish right now in this race, so we're halfway home here in the Ohio Lottery 200. And Laura Chung way wide. Kyle Matthews way wide. So is Deaver. Turner gets wide. Here they come off the... Carson Gunn gets a little bit wide. Dylan Young does not, though. And Dylan tries to close up a little bit on Carson. Those two have been battling all race long so far. And now Quentin Moore trying to get up to the 48 car of Jesse Turner. Off the last corner they come here. Quentin, 2-time winner season so far. Jesse Turner still trying to get that first victory of the season, though. The Gould's Pump Stacker 2 Chevrolet. Been a rugged season for Jesse Turner so far in the Mello Racing Series there. Castrol has not been so bad, except he's still trying for that first victory. But Turner, though, Turner's kind of like one of those drivers, when the victory comes for him, it's very rewarding because he wins kind of few and far between, though. And Turner does hope to become one of those drivers to compete for the championship in any series he goes to right here, in any series he signs up for. But he is a very hard competitor, no question about it. He right now is having a pretty good run right now. 7th position is where he's at right now in this race, though. So Turner not having a bad day here, the Mid-Ohio Sports Car course, as he comes off the up and down hill up to the S part of the course here. Turner's quite a ways back behind the sixth-place car of Joshua Osborne. Let's see, Turner right now is last time he was 2.97 seconds behind the 38 place car. Actually, make that 3.0. Actually, make that 2.03. Excuse me, not almost 3 seconds. He's 2.03 back of the 38 car. As Osborne tries to close up on Cole Deaver for fifth position, the 38 Great Clips Toyota. It's a good look at there's a good look at the Jason Leffler cars he's driving in this race here today. Back to the leaders we go here. Jessica Shelton brings the car into turn number 4. Up to 162 miles an hour on that straightaway, and it has to brake very hard. And that part of the track is very hard on brakes. Because, like I said, you're going from 162 miles an hour down to about, probably an almost 100 mile an hour drop from the straightaway to that turn. But that's not the fastest speedway you see on that straightaway here. Shelton gets way off the course here. But gathers it back up there. But on that straightaway, we've seen the GTP cars run about over 100, knock on about 190 miles an hour on that straightaway there connecting turn 2 and turn 4. Turn 3 is just a slight little kink. Off the last turn she comes here. Shelton completes the other lap. That's 9 down, 3 to go. Here in the Ohio Lottery 200. Dunham remains second. Third remains Laura Chung. Kyle Matthews trying to stay hooked up, trying to close up on the back of Chung's car. Deaver remains fifth, and still Osborne, Turner, Moore, Edison, and Gum, the top 10. Dylan Young in 11th position. Charles Sanford trying to close up on him right now in the 24 car. Pair of blue Chevrolets going at it. One's a 2001 model, the other a 1999 model Chevrolet. And Young up to about 161 miles an hour into turn number 4. And there's that 100 mile an hour drop I'm talking about, down about 161 to about 64 miles an hour in that corner. So now you see why I say it's hard on brakes. See what happens coming off this next corner here. We see a lot of cars get off into the weeds here as they come off the last corner. Carson Gum got way off in the dirt, and Dylan Stone trying to close up on him now for position. That's again trying to chase the top 10 spot here. Carson though giving that car a pretty good run in that Dr. Pepper Chevrolet. In the meantime, Derek Edison closing up on the back of Quentin Moore in the 89 car here. That's as we now come down for 2 laps to go. About a little less than half a second between the 89 and 32 cars. Trying to find the best pedal on the track right now, and that seems to be it right there. Off turn number 2, again that very off camber corner on this course. Take a look and see where everybody's at right now here in this event. There's where I'll give you a look through the field. And there's Connor Breton again, as I mentioned, trailing out back. So we focus in on the leader, Jessica Shelton, as we jump back on board the number 17 DeWalt Tool Chevrolet. And Jess will see the white flag this time by in the Ohio Lottery 200. As she comes off the last corner here, white flag waves, and she sees it through her out through her front window. It's a little bit off the course right there. Come off turn number 1 here. up to about 135, 139, 140 miles an hour into turn number 2. And down about 65 miles an hour through that area right there. Off the second corner she comes. Up in the third gear. Brings that car to that kink. Slams in the fourth gear, but only briefly, and on the brakes, hard on the brakes, I should say. Down about 64 miles an hour into turn number 4. There's turn 5. Brings it down to the S's here. Jess just smooth as silk through that course here as she comes down off the corner. Brings it down through the off in the weeds area right there. We've been calling it here throughout this event. And she's got about a couple of more corners left to go here. Up to the carousel she goes. She's not yet won a season in the Mello Yello Racing Series. She's won once in Castrol this season so far, but she's not won yet. She's not won once yet in Mello Yello until now. Checkered flag waves. The Ohio Lottery 200 belongs to Jessica Shelton. She wins at Mid-Ohio. Shelton from the pole to the podium gets the victory here today. Trent Dunham will finish second. Third will go to Laura Chung. A good day for her. So you got ladies first and third right now in the finish of this race. Kyle Matthews does his home state proud, finishing fourth. Fifth will go to Cole Deaver. Sixth to Joshua Osborne. Seventh to Jesse Turner. Eighth to Quentin Moore. Derek Edison ninth, and Carson Gum holds on for 10th position. So 13 races are in the books in the Mello Yello Racing Series. Jessica Shelton gets her first victory of the season, averaging 96.535 miles per hour. Charles Sanford will finish as 11th here today. 12th to Dylan Young. 13th will go to Nathan Orman. Levi McIntyre 14th. 15th to Seth Cole. 16th to Rob Evans. Kat Batson 17th. Daniel Bouchard will finish 18th. Igor Barreto 19th. And Al Lagacy will finish in 20th position. 21st will go to William Brock. Muhammad Abdullah, Keith Batson, Zachary Fitzwater, Stephen Cologne, Allison Rain, Dylan Ebrahimian, Ryan Brommer, and Dougie Shears, and Zach Winkle, the top 30. And then the rest of the finishers here: Paul Minnick, 31st, Kev Shearer, 32nd, Jeff Scott, 33rd, Cement Oscon, 34th, James Sykes, Lucas Martins, Jacob Thibodeau, Connor Breton, the last finisher in this race. Cole Quaby, of course, had the header failure. For all intents and purposes, a header failure is an engine failure on that number 44 Slim Jim Chevrolet. So Queeby will finish 39th in this race here today. And so 38 cars finished, and all of them on the lead lap. Of course, this course is plenty big here at Mid-Ohio. So they were pretty much all spread out all here in this race here today. But the big win for Jessica Shelton as she takes the victory in the first visit to Mid-Ohio in the Mello Yello Racing Series in the Ohio Lottery 200. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got NR races, we got gaming videos, we got NR online videos. Whatever the president of the NNSCRA, Seth Cole, desires to have for his channel, be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup series, which is the main series on this channel, and also be sure to check out our other two NNSCRA series other two channels that does NNSCRA offline series. Those channels being Thrash Maniac 99, that's Levi McIntyre's channel. He's the man who does the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup series. And also be sure to check out Dylan Young's Spectrum Mobile Cup series on his channel, X867530985AX. And so be sure to check out those two channels and they as well too, and subscribe to those two as well too if you want to get in on the action and get in on the fun, I should say. So and same thing to get into the NNSCRA. Same thing if you want to get into the NNSCRA Duracell Cup series which is Seth Cole's series on this channel, the main series. Then be sure to subscribe to this channel and get with Seth and he'll get you going. So that's all I can say here. So that will do here today at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Congratulations again to Jessica Shelton, the winner of the Mid-Ohio Ohio Lottery 200, I should say, is what the name of this race is. Where's my brain at here today? So, anyway, for that said, this is Where that's it, this is James Carlson, member production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 10 years of offline racing at its best. We will see you at Kentucky Speedway for the Feed the Children 300.